Prodigal Steve returns to the darkest dungeon. How's it going, everybody? Last week, we made some progress in the Cove. Leveled up Drew and Liborg. Or no, I'm sorry, we only actually leveled up Bray last week. That's fine. This week, we could do some boss stuff. We have parties for that. However, I would like a second level 5+ Hellion and a second level 5+ Houndmaster if possible. I would also like to get any level 5+ Jester. But we don't have a level 3 team to push our Jester and Hellion forward. So, we're going to be taking the Headhunters out. And we're going to be going to the Ruins, since it's the only medium level 1 mission we have this week. Basically just to try and level some of these units up. I've spent a fair amount of gold here upgrading skills and equipment on them. We're going to be running Thorl as basically a support with a little bit of damage. He's going to be stunning, using Bellow, and then maybe Retribution a little bit. Probably not necessary, though. He has the Tough Ring and the Seer Stone for some protection, HP, and scouting. Most of our damage is going to come here from Mallory, who has the Ancestor's Pen and the Legendary Bracer, because I want him to be slower than our Houndmaster. I have Collect Bounty, Come Hither, Uppercut, and Mark for Death. I think Finish Him is a fool's gambit. I think trying to stun a unit and then get your party to move in the appropriate order that the stunned unit gets attacked before it comes off stun is just too difficult compared to just straight up marking them. So that's what we're going to try for in the future. So McDowell here is going to be running Hound's Rush for a little bit of damage in the back ranks if necessary, Target Whistle, Cry Havoc, and then a heal on himself, although I do reserve the right to move Guard Dog in instead of Lick Wounds. He's running the Feather Crystal for a little bit of speed, and then a ton of dodge, and then also the Protective Collar for even more dodge, so he should basically be untouchable. And then our Vestal, Husey, Tome of Holy Healing, and the Ancestors map, plus we have Ruins Explorer here on McDowell, so we should be able to scout just about everything. And with the stress relief from the Houndmaster, I'm tempted to go on a dark run here, but I think instead of doing that, I am actually going to bring some torches, just because I would like these units ready to go next week if we need them. If I knew for a fact we weren't going to be sending them out again next week, I would do a dark run, stress be damned, let them recover wherever they're going to recover in the off week, but I don't know that they're necessarily going to have an off week. So, might be a little bit smarter to do it this way. That's a camp, and then one hunger check. That should be fine. But I'll bring enough for 2 hunger checks. 2 shovels, 2 keys, a bunch of torches, some supply items. Alright. Let's go ahead and embark here, shall we?
There is power in symbols.
Oh!
Like the scattered scraps of
I don't know if this was active last time or not, but the artist for Darkest Dungeon has made some new splashy backgrounds here, so we start actually just outside of the dungeon as opposed to in the dungeon now, and this is a very nice change. This looks fantastic, actually. We're gathering relics, huh? I'm not thrilled about that, but nothing for it, I suppose. Yeah, you know what? I'll open this. That's pretty much what I figured was going to happen, but I knew we had 2 anti-venoms, so It seemed alright. Maybe I should have brought more shovels, actually, now that I'm looking at it.
Stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Alright, so there shouldn't be a battle in here? Oh, there is a battle. Okay. Guess I should learn to read. This is a pretty rough fight right out of the gate as well. Alright, you can attack only the first 2 ranks? Huh. Not thrilled about that situation. Alright, I think you mark this thing and then pull it forward, and then we can take care of it after that. Yeah, so go ahead and drag you to the front. Now, that actually did half of its HP. Can we stun there? Because that'd be super. Hey, okay.
The promise of safety.
Thrilled with that situation. Okay, there we go. There's 1 kill on our first turn. Not necessarily ideal, but it did get the job done. This does bonus damage versus marked? Oh, that's good to know.
Another abomination.
Well, that changes everything. Now, whichever one of these units moves first, I don't have to worry about manipulating their speed. It's just whichever one moves first marks, and then the other one will do damage. Can you just smash this thing to death? Almost. Nice effort, I suppose. Alright, you have to come up to the front.
And power.
And you're already in a rough spot, which I love. Yeah, get rid of the stress dealer here. I should have left the 2 bone rabble alive, that way we could have stalled and taken care of stress, but not strictly necessary yet. Okay, we'll take all of that for now.
This expedition at least promises
I did see that we got scouting there. There we go. Alright, so we have treasure up here. Just curios. Okay. Well, with 2 battles down that hallway and our inventory already close to full, I think we start making our way back this direction. And I really hope we don't have to go all the way to the end. That would be just heinous. But I want to try and gather all of our oh, hilarious. All of our relics as soon as possible. So now we're very unlikely to be going back for that treasure room. Although I suppose if we don't strictly need to camp, we don't have to, and then that'll give us 2 more hunger checks worth of food. Curio. Alright, well. Looks like we're in for a long one here. Old journal entry. Assault was overwhelming, with Cuthbert slain and his Bolin fellow is driven by rage. I think we've read this one, but we'll take it for now. It's probably going to get tossed the first available opportunity.
May we find victory.
I hate this. Because we have to pull you forward. Can we do that? Yes. Okay, well... yeah, I think we mark the Fusilier, who's far and away the most annoying of the bunch.
As the light gains purchase,
Pull it
spirits are
forward.
lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Is this gonna... that is knockback. Well, can we knock you back and also stun you? Okay, I can live with this situation, I guess. Does that move him back? It does not move him back. Okay. You're marked for 2 more rounds. So let's just actually get you killed here as soon as possible. 90% stun resist. Those aren't great odds.
A decisive pummeling.
That's acceptable, though. Okay. Alright, well, lesson learned. Don't give our bounty hunter any speed down trinkets. It's not necessary. Can you kill this guy? You can kill this guy. Okay. Now we just need to mark you and then pull you to the front. Which, you know, should be easy enough. And there we go. Exactly as we planned. I think we just do a judgment here. When we use the Vestal stun, it gives them stun resist immediately. Wait, was that knockback 2? Okay, well that's not really what I wanted to happen, but okay. It ended up working out. It's a ton of money. Leave that stuff there. Alright, let's move along. Now I do kind of want the bounty hunter to move first. That way it can pull units forward. Yeah, let's mark you and then pull you forward. Throw out a party heal, although it's not strictly necessary. Can we stun this guy? Okay. Pleased with that. Less pleased with the stressful incantation. But this thing is not long for this world. Honestly, both of these two in the front are not long for this world. The bounty hunter will be able to take care of both of them, marked or unmarked, fairly easily. Assuming we ever get an action. No, this is fine. Oh, finally. 5 speed versus 9 speed, and yet somehow they still got to move before we did. I love it. That's that's some good stuff right there. Now we actually do need some decent party heals. This might actually be enough damage to just outright kill him without being marked. 17% chance to crit. Okay, well he got exactly enough damage to get the kill there, so I can live with that. Now these two actually do need to be marked. But this is what I wanted to happen. I wanted this unit to be in the front, because then we can mark him, and then we can collect bounty. Except you can move backwards, because of course you can. Right. I knew that. That's my bad, honestly. I don't care if he gets stunned. I just want him... Oh. I just wanted the movement. Get back up to the front, where you belong. You're marked for 2 more rounds. This'll kill you.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I think a bellow here to reduce his speed if possible. And yet somehow, with -1 speed, he's still faster than us. I have no idea how speed is calculated in this game, clearly. It must determine turn order at the start of a turn. Alright, well, with only 2 keys, I think we leave that. Not interested in those books or this cabinet necessarily. Alright, well, he resisted the bleed at least. And we shouldn't have to do anything fancy with this one.
Back to the pit.
Should just be able to bash all of these things to death.
Another one falls.
That's exactly what's happening so far.
As the fiend
Fantastic.
falls,
More battles like that, please. Although I would also like a battle that we can stall on, because we are getting stress piled up a little bit here on our Vestal and our Man-at-Arms. And I'm actually very surprised we didn't get a scout there. Oh, what is this? And let me guess, all 4 of you are going to take your actions before we get any. That serves you right. We actually got an action. Alright, well, I think, as much as I hate the Fusiliers, you know what, just heal yourself. As much as I hate the Fusiliers, I think we just killed this guy.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Got him killed before he got an action. If we can stun one of these Fusiliers, now it won't get an action on its next turn. Let's mark this guy, I guess. Party heal. Ooh, and a little distress relief as well. Happy to see that. Now you were dead.
Formation is broken.
Okay.
Maintain the offensive.
Now we just need to get these 2 back up to the front. Although, does Rush Shot push them backwards? I actually don't recall. So, you know what? I'm happy to just smash corpses and force them to be in the front. Alright, 3 out of the 4 dodges is pretty nice. And then, you know, the exact opposite of that situation, but you're dead. I'm actually beginning to understand the Mark party now. Like, this is ridiculous damage, and I do genuinely love it.
Brought low and
That's a
driven
lot
into
of
the mud.
debuffs. 2 rounds. I won't approve of that. Yeah, that's fine. Now we'll burn a torch. We'll come in here. I very strongly expect scouting. Yeah. Curio. Quest location. Although it is looking increasingly likely that we're going to have to go all the way to the end of this hallway, which is not ideal. I always think that this is anti-venom, but I think it's actually medicinal herbs. It is. Okay.
Wealth beyond
And that's a
measure,
ton of gold.
awarded to the brave and the fool.
Like an actual full stack of gold. I'm happy to have that. Alright, we don't need to burn a torch just yet. Probably most of these units are good at disarming traps. That's fine. Ooh, I guess we were a little bit lower on the torch than I thought.
Clear. We require only the strength to follow.
Just give me the secret door. That sucks. Oh, that sucks so bad. One more shovel. Are we honestly down to 5 torches as well? Okay, well, maybe a little underprepared for this one, which is admittedly my own fault. But honestly, even with the torches where they're at, we're still in a fine position. It's just the shovel. Like, that is going to suck. We're going to take some pretty severe penalties from that. Get a kill there. I was sort of hoping that you would die before you got in action, but no, that's fine. You can blight me if you want. And then just dodge my attack that was pretty much guaranteed to kill you. Alright, that's fine. We still managed to get that fight taken care of before anything too serious happened.
So too will resistance.
This should be a buff? Yeah, that's fine. We didn't have any holy water, so no point stressing out about that. Let me guess. Quest location is all the way in that room, huh? Yep. At least there's no more battles. That helps out tremendously. Because this is gonna suck.
Without tools of iron,
Yep, there it is.
An indefatigable purpose.
Oh, that's a lot of stress. And of course you guys are hungry. Alright, well I think we finished the quest. Backtrack as far as we can. And then camp to try and get rid of some of this stress. And then try and make our way back to one of those, like, make it back to this treasure room. It did not say that there was a battle here. I feel misled. Alright, well, let's just kill this big dude first, if at all possible. Party heal is the obvious play. 19 to 36, I believe. Okay, not quite what I was hoping for, but I'll take it. And this should be a stun, and it is. Happy to see that. Alright, so you're dead on your, like, you're dead next turn. So 12 to 20. Yeah, okay. I was really considering splitting the damage, and I'm glad I didn't.
Unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Stun you. I'd like to get rid of this corpse if possible. Yeah, that'll do. Alright. Well, welcome to the show, boys. You're in pretty much the worst position that you could imagine being in. So, I hope you enjoy that. 7 to 12. Alright, so that's a guaranteed kill right there. Brought another party heal here. And then this guy stands like 0 chance. Yeah, okay. Beautiful. A lot going on here.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Might as well take all of that. I think we'll toss the food? Question mark? Although, we know we don't have any more curios to worry about, so we could always get hunger checks on our way back. Because I would like to open at least one of those chests. That's probably about all that we'll be able to open. We are out of torches. We could open that? Yeah, we're not going to go all the way back there. So let's just crack into this.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
I would like the busts. Are you the only one who has HP damage? You are. Alright, well, that's fine then. I want to keep the campfire because I do still want to camp to get rid of all this stress that's built up. Oh, it is going to be a long trek back. I'm just now realizing how far we have to go. At least the hallways are lit, so we shouldn't be losing that much torch light. Hard for me to say there. So we shouldn't be taking that much extra hallway stress damage, but man, we are in a rough spot stress-wise. To the point where, like, I really wish I would have, or I wish I had the opportunity to fight, like, 2 bone rabble. That's all I want, is 2 bone rabble, so that I can just stall out with the Houndmaster's stress heal. And then, you know, nobody's any the wiser. I gave you camping skills, right? Yes, okay. McDonald was one of the ones that came back from the dead, so he actually didn't have camping skills before today, and I just wanted to make sure that I actually did unlock them and then equip them. I'm not interested in those books. That's basically just unnecessary stress. Go ahead and
Secrets
snuff
and
that.
can be found in
Open
the most
this.
tenebrous corners of this place.
Okay. Well, we don't need the key, so I guess I'll take the portrait. And that was, like, not really worth it, but that's
A
alright.
spark
We'll
without
feast.
kindling is a goal without hope.
Does anybody have ways to de-stress? Should have looked at that. Okay, well. 4 and 4. I guess we do that. And that. 30 stress and 23 stress. Well, fortunately, nothing else really to do here. Scouting chance, I guess. Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and rest.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
It's real tempting to go all the way up there, but I think we, you know, quit while we're ahead here. Head back to the hamlet.
Tokens of hope. Recovered from the encroaching dark.
That could be good. Although the minus... Oh, that's if it's above. Okay, that's fine. Alright, well, we got a disease, which I'm not thrilled about. Stress Eater is a bad quirk. Or, no, Stress Faster. That's actually great. That's annoying, but not the end of the world. That's whatever, and that is also whatever. Alright, well...
Take advantage of this faith-fueled charity.
That's helpful.
It will not last.
Sanitarium. Well, first and foremost, unequipped trinkets, sort them. You, medical ward. Get rid of that. Your stress is so bad. Get out of here. one short mission. Ah, but he's already sent... Okay, never mind. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, huh? You're a bad gambler, so we're definitely not going to send you to that. Of course, a weak grip got locked in. This stuff is free, right? So you might as well flagellate, even though it's like a super overkill with 30 stress. Thorol, Drew, Liborg, and Bertrand, huh? Well, now there's an interesting combination. What do we have in the way of level 3 missions? Do we have a lucky talisman? We do. Okay. That's very tempting. Sending these 4 out. Because that should level up all 3 of... Like, should level up Bertrand, Drew, and Liborg. And then Thorol will be around for when these 3 hit level 3. Although, you're not necessary, I guess, since we do have other level 3 Vestals. So basically just these 2 after these 2 go on their next mission. Alright, well. We have Bleed with this party. Really tempted to do this Long Cove mission next time. I'll think on that a little bit. For now, this is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. As always, feedback is welcome in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time.